What's up, y'all? This is Ty. We're back. Here we are, episode 9 of Tyler Perry's action comedy drama soap opera, The Oval, only on BET. This is episode 9. But before we get into that, I want to give you all a shout out. I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for you all tuning in and watching my review from last week. And that was about, I think when I last looked, it was 917 views or something like that. I appreciate that because this is a small channel and I'm not on here as frequently as other channels and other content creators. But I appreciate that. I'm getting a lot of good feedback and people saying, Ty, continue to review. And I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. So thank you. So let me give a shout out to you all. I'm start giving my shout outs. DB, thank you. So good to see you. Welcome back. Simply Be Yourself 100. Anthony White, the Don Drewski, A. Henderson, Curran Rowland, L.R. Turner, Penny, my cousin Wendy, my co-workers who are watching, but they don't leave comments and they don't leave their name down below. Shout outs to y'all who saying review it. Did I say Anthony White? I think so. Frank A, thank you for that welcome and thank you for that comment and correction because last week I think I was calling the cult the Ragadouchi, but they're actually the Ramadouchi. So thank you for that. Did I mess it up? I hope I said it right. But now let's get right into episode 9. We last left off the poor, innocent, sweet daughter of the president. Well, she ain't poor or innocent or sweet. The little nasty brat, Gail, was in the hood. She was trying to leave. Picky threw her out, so she's leaving. And the street thugs, got her. So it looked like they're going to rape her or abuse her or whatever. But guess what happens? We get action right out the gate this time. I said I wanted some action. We see Richard, who was the butler at the White House, who was the fired butler. Now, Richard is Barry's father. Richard is still in the neighborhood because he was looking for Barry. And he hears all this noise and he goes up to the street punk thug or whatever. And he's like, what's going on? And the guy's like, man, get out of here. And let me tell you, the butler, he tore him up. Who knew that the butler, I guess the butler must have been watching the Secret Service because the butler he did an Action Jackson on them. He had all the skills. He had all the moves. I was kind of getting a wham, bam. Remember the old Batman show? Wham, bam, 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 bam. That's what that fight looked like. Lots of action. Lots of action. I said, now the butler should be on the Secret Service because he found Gail and rescued. Not only did he find her, he beat up all these thugs, these drug dealing thugs. Not near one of them had a gun. Did anybody pull out a gun? Did anybody shoot him? Shoot at him? Nobody had a gun. Nobody had a knife. None of that. If they did, Richard the butler took care of all of it. He took care of all of it. So he rescues Gail. Now, this is what annoys me. Before I go there, nobody knows that this is the president's daughter. None of these guys in the hood got TV or smartphones or anything. Y'all don't know what the first interracial couple in the White House's daughter looks like? Really? None of y'all know that. Y'all about to rape the first daughter. Really? Really? Is that what they call the kids? The first daughter? I don't know. I'm calling it the first daughter. Y'all about to rape Gail. But anyway, the butler, Richard, saves her life, puts her in his car, and she's being rude. Sweetheart, you just almost got assaulted. You could have been killed, and now you're being rude. And she says something like, I'm not going back to that house, to the White House. My family hates me and all this other stuff. And she says, I was going to call an Uber. I told you it was a comedy. She going to call an Uber. You are the president's daughter. You're going to call an Uber? Oh, yeah, you're going to call an Uber. Okay, right. Where's the press? No, none of this is getting out. Everybody's just keeping all these secrets in. Nothing's getting, only in Tyler Perry world, I'm telling you. Oh, nothing's getting out. Nobody knows nothing. So anyway, Gail and Richard are having the conversation, and she's being a little mean and angry at first, and she's telling him stuff like, my mother hates me, my mother will kill me, and you're like, my mother is evil, and she's right, her mother is very, very evil. So Richard calls the Secret Service, who they're all incompetent, and he tells them that he has her, and they say, stay right there. Don't bring her to the White House. You stay right there. We'll come get her because we don't want her to make up any more stories or something like that. And while they're there, Richard and Gail kind of bond, and she admits to him, she lied on his son, Barry. See, Barry's connected to everybody. They should have named this show Barry because Barry is connected to everybody. He is. He knows Denise, his daughter's kidnapped. This girl accused him of rape. He beat up the pharmacist. The cops are looking for him. This baby mama's dead. He's accused of murder. He's connected to everybody. The show should have just been called Barry. But anyway, Richard calls home and he lets Miss Nancy know that, no, I think Miss Nancy called him and he said he was coming. Just stay there because she told him that the cult, the Rammer, whatever they're called, because I don't want to, Ragadooshis, one of the Ragadooshis members is in the home. Now, let's go on a bit. We'll go back to Gail and Richard and all that. But let's go to Bobby, Mr. Airport Man, and Lily. So now Bobby, we saw him. He's so wounded. He can barely move, but he's managed to get dressed and come over to Lily's house to warn her. And he's telling her, that she needs his help. She don't want to be bothered with him. She's like, what do you want? Get away from me. Stay away from me. She tell him, you come back over here again and I will shoot you again. Told him she'll shoot him again. That's what Lily told him. He gives her a burner phone. And he's trying to explain to her that, you in danger. Something's going on. It might be your husband. I was sent this and that, but I have to help you. She has an attitude with him. And I'm looking for that line. She told him, I need you to leave me alone. And he says, I like you. And he says something like, but you shot me. I'd like to, but you shot me. Isn't that what he said? But you shot me. So now I'm here to help you because you shot me. But there's something. Just take this phone. And, she's telling him that storyline. We're going to get to the bottom of that. We're going to get to the bottom of that, I guess, in another episode. So that was that with them. That was okay. It wasn't interesting enough for me. I'm telling you, I'm here for the action and the foolishness. That wasn't enough. What else happens? We go to Miss Nancy's house, and here comes Barry. Now, I'm telling you, the star of the show, because Barry's the star. Barry, everything kind of is connected to Barry. And he finally comes home, and he's spazzing, yelling. It's funny. To me, he's the star of the show, and he's the worst actor on the show. His acting is terrible. Barry, I'm sorry. I'm not hating on you, whoever's playing Barry. Forgive me. Your acting is terrible. So he comes in with this. He's pissed off and he's yelling at everybody, and he sees Sharon there. What is she doing here? And Miss Nancy tells him Sharon does not have anywhere to go. She's not leaving. And he says, leave. And she's like, no, she's not going to leave. And then he's like, just yelling and raising his voice, screaming. And he says something to his mother. She didn't like it, and she slapped him. She did that mama slap, that church mama slap, because he was being rude. And, when he goes and he's like, you need to leave, the mother's telling him that Sharon's not going to leave. And so he storms off, and he goes, Ruth! Now, that confused me, because the little Ramalanga cult member was in there. And he says Ruth, but isn't Ruth, y'all help me out here, isn't Ruth his baby mother? Isn't that the one that's dead? Why did he yell Ruth? And then he's like, where's my child? And I'm like, her name isn't Ruth. Why is he yelling Ruth? I thought Ruth was the baby mother that's now dead or whatever. He's yelling at her, and his mother's trying to get him to calm down. Like I said, she smacked him. He said something rude, and he's like, oh, yeah, now you want to help after. You are the reason why he's guilt tripping mama now. You're the reason why my daughter is missing. So he, she slapped him, whatever. He's pissed off. What I found strange was Barry's a grown man, and the way Miss Nancy was talking to him as well. You wait till your daddy get home. He's a grown man with a whole child that is missing. Why are you talking to him like that, Miss Nancy? And Barry, why are you talking to your mother like that? All pissed off. Barry's angry. Then him and Sharon, he goes upstairs. I guess he's packing because he's going to leave. And Sharon comes upstairs, and they're having this conversation. But he's basically... still being rude, angry, whatever. And Sharon says something stupid like, what's wrong with you? And then Barry's asking her, why don't you go stay with that dude, talking about the pharmacist. Why don't you go stay with him? And what else are y'all selling over there? Because remember, Picky told him that the pharmacist and Sharon was selling drugs. And she's like, what? What are you talking about? And he was like, why don't you go stay over there? And he's doing all these, he's selling drugs and all that. Ain't you selling drugs with him and all that? She's like, what? And then she says something stupid like, where is all of this coming from? Why are you so angry? Why are you so... That was dumb. Sharon. His daughter has been kidnapped by a cult that his baby mama was in, and the baby mama is dead, and he don't know where his daughter is. Why are you asking him? Why are you asking him what's wrong? You know what's wrong. He can't find his daughter. He's upset. Come on. Come on. Come on. And so she's telling him, and so then he has this scene where he just, after that, he just breaks down crying because he's hurt. And he started crying. I started laughing because I thought the scene was terribly done. I'm not hating. I'm just telling. I just started laughing. As soon as he started crying, I started laughing because Barry, you are the star of this show. I know it's called The Oval, but this is your show, and you gotta carry these scenes better. You do. You were supposed to make me feel sorry for you. I'm laughing at you. I'm laughing because it just, yeah. All right. Let's go on back. I'm looking at my notes. Let's go over to what else did I find interesting in this? Wasn't enough outrageous stuff. I know I'm saying all this stuff. Wasn't enough outrageous stuff. All right. We did Barry. We're learning that Jason, little crazy Jason, I found out his name. That's the son. This whole family in the White House, they're all dysfunctional. When they are having the conversation about where Gail is, he says something like that his father hates him and the mother and hates all of them. But then Gail had told Richard the same thing, that, but she said that the mother hates the family. But I'm coming to the conclusion that everybody's dysfunctional and everybody hates everybody. So let's go on back to, so now the president still want his side piece, Denise, to come over. So basically the Secret Service is holding Denise hostage until they can get side piece Denise into the White House. And the first lady's telling the president, you don't really care about our daughter being missing. You waiting to see if your side piece can get slipped up in here. Where is she? You trying to slip her back in here? Where is she? So they let him know. They let the president know that his daughter has been found. And so the first lady is going to leave with Secret Service to go pick Gail up from Richard the butler. And that's when the president is like, bring my side piece on over here. And we see, while the first lady is going to pick up Gail, we see the president then brought the side piece whole on up into the White House again. Now, see, I was hoping that the first lady was going to come back and it was going to be this big fight, but no, that didn't happen. So she tell him she don't want to be with him. He told her, baby, I bought you a store. I'm the president, Then he tells her, I can make you very rich. And he says, bet on something. So I don't know if it was a horse or something, but he told her to bet on something. and just take his word. So I'm like, oh, so the president is doing illegal bets. He's gambling and stuff. How he know? So he told her, bet on something and it's going to make her very rich. That got her real hot and bothered. So they're doing it in the Oval. And me. I'm sorry. They're doing it in the Oval. And let's go on back to Gail and Richard. Gail is in there. She's bonding with him now. They're having a nice lean on me when you're not strong moment. You know, he's like telling her this whole thing, you know, baby, this how I viewed it, baby. I served in this White House for 20 something years, serving so many presidents. I feel your pain, Gail, living in a fishbowl and you don't feel free, yada yada yada, blah 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 blah. So they've bonded now, and he gives her his card because she ain't got a phone. Remember, the thugs done stole a phone, but Secret Service is tracking that phone. So the thugs, y'all gonna be in trouble. Anyway, baby, you know, sweetheart, young lady, I was in this White House for years, and you know, I feel your pain. He done made her. I understand what you're going through. So now Gail and Richard, we see a little soft side to Gail. Gail and Richard are bonding now. She kind of likes him now. So he gives her his number, and now the Secret Service takes her, and she gets in the car with her mother, the First Lady. And the First Lady is an evil, you know what. I mean, come on. Now I understand why Gail wanted to run away, because this First Lady is disgusting. Your daughter gets in the car. Her face is bloody. Her lip is busted. Where you been? What's wrong with your face? No compassion at all. You gonna tell me where you been? So Gail didn't want to tell her. The First Lady had the nerve to say, where's the taser? Do you have the taser? So you hear Secret Service, no ma'am. I'm like, here we go with this ma'am and sir stuff. No ma'am, I don't have the taser. I don't have it. She was like, well, give me your gun. Lord, the First Lady wants to... Now you want to shoot your daughter, or were you going to pistol whip her? Your daughter just was attacked, basically. They find her, and the first thing you want to know is where was she? You don't try to help her. You're calling her names. You're telling her, you know, you're going to tell me where you were. So then the daughter's like, you know what? I'm going to jump out this car. I hate you. I'm going to jump out this car. And her mother was like, B-I-T-C-H, biatch. Jump, biatch. And she goes to put on her makeup. I'd like to see you jump. Now, y'all don't have no safety locks on this car? This is the president's car, right? There ain't no security on here. Lock the car up. How... Gail jumps out of the car, and the mother looks over and goes, this biatch jumped out this car. This dumb biatch jumped. So I'm convinced that the First Lady is the seed of Satan, because how evil are you? Your daughter went missing. Yes, you have a bad relationship with her, but she jumps out of a car, and that's the only thing you can say to her? Then they show a scene where, I guess this is going to happen in the next episode, where she's back in the car and she's like, oh, I'm so hurt. So wait a minute. The girl jumped out of a moving car. Not just any moving car. This ain't Uncle Rollo's car. This is the car that you transport the first family in. She jumps out of the car. Secret Service just scoops her up and puts her back in the car. We ain't going to take her to the hospital. We're not going to check to see if nothing is broken. So she's in the car. This little scene they show. She's like, oh, I'm hurt. And her mother's like, drive faster and drive through every speed bump. Every bump in the road. I'm like, why is this woman so evil? Why is this woman so evil? What is wrong with this woman? This show is totally crazy and outrageous, but you guys want me to keep reviewing it, so that's what I'm doing. So, I mean, it's just crazy. Let's see. I think that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it, right? So we know what's going to happen is the president, he's getting his groove on up there in the White House with his side piece. Oh, Max is getting a demotion because they're putting this all on Max because he was in charge the night that Gail escaped from the White House in the nurse's outfit, not nurses, in the maid's outfit and got in the back of the trunk. So they're putting all this on Max. So Max is being demoted because and he has to get proper training. All of y'all are incompetent. All of this is ridiculous and crazy. But now we got to see what's going to happen. We got to see what's going to happen. Is the president going to get caught with his side piece in the White House? Are Gail's ribs broken? Is something broken? What's wrong with? I mean, come on, we can't just scoop her up and put it right back in the car. This show is crazy. What is this mess that Bobby got going on with Lily? What is it? Is he going to? What's the conspiracy behind that? What is this downfall? Who did Lily piss off? These are the things we need to find out. And we didn't see anything from the cult tonight. Where's the cult? Where's Barry's daughter? We got to find Barry's daughter and the head leader of that. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. When this episode gave me a little bit, I probably would have enjoyed it if when she jumped out of the car, the first lady, I'm rewriting it now. The first lady should have jumped out of the car with her. And then they had a big fight in the street. Since we being ridiculous, let's make it ridiculous. I think they should have done that. Once Gail jumped out of the car, the first lady should have been like, bitch, and just jumped out after her or something. Something crazy like that. Look, or maybe they should have had a big fight in the car, and then they both fall out the car, or the car falls over a cliff or something. Make it. It's already over the top. Make it more over the top so I can laugh, because that's what I need to do. I need to laugh. But anyway, that's enough of my foolishness. Thank you for watching yet again. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell. And I promise I'll be back with some more reviews and some other things I'm going to be doing on this channel. Check out my other videos. And you all be blessed. Oh, one last thing. I know I said that before. Isn't it crazy while I'm watching this? Our actual president has been impeached on 2 charges. That's crazy. So let's see where all of that is going to go. It's craziness out here. But they need to impeach this president on the Oval. This is just, what is he doing for the people? We don't never see him. All he's doing is chasing tail and fighting his wife. This is a crazy show. Well, that's it for now, for good, for real this time. Thank you for watching. God bless. Have a good night. I'm out. Enjoy your holiday.